What if our problems aren't the problem at all? What if they're simply reflections of how small our awareness has become? What if for a moment you paused and soaked in how precious this opportunity to live really is? Welcome back. My name is Reese, and this is Mental Medicine. Today we're exploring how expanding your awareness to the vastness of existence can unlock a powerful sense of gratitude, one that dissolves stress, rewires perspective, and connects you to the sacredness of now. How powerful can gratitude be? The other day, I was sitting down eating a hard boiled egg and an apple. As I bit into the egg and I thought about all the events that needed to take place in order for me to be consuming this infertile genetic code hidden in a shell, I sat there thinking about how chickens are the closest living relatives to Tyrannosaurus rex and the millions of years of evolution that went into creating this source of protein, how agriculture itself had to evolve, and how simple it is for me to go to the store, pick up the eggs without a second thought. I paused, realizing that billions, maybe trillions of events had to align from dinosaurs to farming just so I could sit here and eat this egg. I became overwhelmed with gratitude. All my worries about the future dissipated, and all the weight of my past decisions melted away as I sat there not just consuming the egg, but consumed by thankfulness. I felt the immensity of this simple moment and my heart fluttered. The sun felt like a warm hug on my skin, and I began thinking about how amazing it is to be here on Earth and how we inhabit this water filled planet that is in the Goldilocks distance from the sun, taking in the incredible gift that is the sun, our solar system's fireball of energy, and everything that needed to transpire for our planet to be rotating around it perfectly. Then I bit into the apple. As I chewed on the crisp, sweet, refreshing flesh of fruit, I looked at the seeds and remembered a quote I've heard before. Anyone can count the seeds in an apple, but only God can count the number of apples in a seed. Robert H. Schuller. I gave thanks for the infinite possibilities that each breath can hold. Then I closed my eyes and listened to the variety of birds chirping around me, each squawk and hoot a reminder of the variety of creation that surrounds me and the complexity behind every form of life. How each bird's vocal organ, the syrinx, created a different sound, how each sound was an expression of different meaning, and how this seemingly simple moment had such an intricate expansiveness to it. I was so thankful to be experiencing this gift of life. As I opened my eyes, I looked at the vegetation around me, absorbing the different shades of green and their elaborate root systems that allow them to exchange information between each other, thinking about our sacred relationship with plants, how without plants there is no humans, thinking there is no hierarchy in life, for life itself is an expression of symbiotic relationships with other forms of creation. I took a deep breath and gave thanks for the oxygen that filled my lungs. The more I built awareness to the vastness of creation, the more I developed this fully encompassing sense of gratitude to be a part of it. By giving thanks for my food, I was brought to absolute presence. My worry about the future bills I have to pay or my stagnation from thinking about past relationships all dissipated. As I sat in reverence for life, reveling in complete ecstasy for the moment, gratitude is such a powerful emotion for transmuting any perception of pain and suffering. Instead of reacting to life, gratitude put me in relationship with life. One of the most relatable examples for this is sitting in traffic. At times in traffic, I sit in anguish as I'm ensnared by the caterpillar movement of cars along the freeway. The rush hour, a rush hour saga will build in my mind about how I'm wasting time that should be spent on working to become successful. The dehumanizing process begins. People and cars turn into dangerous metal objects, threatening my survival, goals, and happiness. I imagine what it would be like to direct the flow of commuting drivers, living in the realm of if only they would do this or that, because obviously I know the best way for traffic to flow. My ego keeps me great company as I simmer with frustration at the unavoidable concentration of migrating cars. My mind creates a narrative of illusional imprisonment that is far more restrictive in nature than any gathering of cars. I fearfully react to losing an idea of linear time and success, driven by an urge to control my external circumstances, my insanity at its finest. When I focus on resisting traffic, I am consumed by it. My thoughts and emotional state are driven by the other drivers. I found an opportunity to break free from these shackles. As I breathe and release, there is a moment when I am reminded that the fabric of reality is collapsing into a black hole. Stars are exploding with nuclear power that is hard to imagine in faraway galaxies. These cosmic happenings and my momentary stagnation in traffic are both events in life. The events I choose to pay attention to, along with past narratives of self, form my present conscious state. As I breathe in gratitude, my focus shifts to how thankful I am to be traveling in greater comfort than any other time in human history. Thank you, heated seats and AC, at greater speeds than any other time in human history. Thank you, century of car evolution, and for the lives that poured the cement I now transport on top of. I breathe in gratitude for my fellow commuters, bound together by this river of steel, rubber, and oil. As I breathe, I witness the true narrative of love and life all around me. The mother driving her kid to extracurricular activities, the father heading home, the student building towards his future. In one way or another, all of us are driving for love. As we come to a close, I want to share something personal. Over a decade ago, I broke my back and I had to undergo surgery on my L5. What felt like a devastating setback at the time slowly revealed itself to be a profound blessing. In my pursuit to get my back to feel better, I found yoga, and through yoga, I found meditation, and meditation became a gateway to something deeper, a presence within myself I'd never fully met. The silence, the breath, the stillness all awakened a greater awareness of who I truly am beneath the noise of thought and identity. Now I look back at my surgery as a gift that led me into this path of self-realization. So the next time life slows you down, whether it's in traffic, in silence, or in struggle, remember that even in stillness, existence is moving. Miracles are unfolding. Gratitude is there to reveal your loving bond to life. When we choose to see through the lens of appreciation, every moment, no matter how ordinary, becomes sacred. If this message resonated with you, take a moment today to breathe in the beauty of your now. If you're on your own journey of rediscovering your presence, consider subscribing for more perspectives like this. This is Mental Medicine. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Until next time, stay grateful, stay grounded, stay present. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.